The internet is spiraling, and honestly, we are looking at the potential collapse of the biggest reality TV dynasty in modern history. Forget everything you thought you knew about the Calabasas royalty, because what just dropped isn't just gossip, it's a legal time bomb. We are talking about sworn declarations. We are talking about threats of criminal perjury, and we are talking about the man who holds the keys to the darkest, most closely guarded secret in Hollywood stepping out of the shadows. Leaked calls, unsealed court documents, and a full-blown war that is tearing the internet apart. Ray J has just unleashed the ultimate trump card against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. And this changes everything. If what Ray J's legal team is saying is true, the entire foundation of a billion-dollar empire was built on a chilling, I calculated lie. The ops are closing in, the masks are slipping, and the dark truth is finally clawing its way to the surface. Grab your snacks, lock your doors, and turn your volume all the way up. Let's get into it. All right, Juicy Fam, let's get straight to the facts because this situation is escalating faster than anyone predicted. On March 14th, yes, literally just now, the ongoing bloody legal battle between Ray J and the Kardashian-Jenner matriarchy took a turn so disturbing that legal experts are completely stunned. Here is the exact timeline. Back in October, Kim and Kris decided they had enough of Ray J running his mouth and slapped him with a massive defamation lawsuit. They thought they could silence him, they thought they could bury him under a mountain of expensive LA lawyers, but Ray J? He fired right back with a countersuit, claiming they broke a gag order settlement that barred anyone from talking publicly about the infamous 2007 tape. But here is where the story gets absolutely wild. This week, both Kim and Kris filed sworn declarations in court, under oath. They stated, categorically, that they did not mastermind a plan to shoot, sell, and release the tape known as Kim Kardashian Superstar. Kris Jenner explicitly stated it is absolutely false that she was involved in the commercial exploitation of her own daughter. But Ray J is calling their bluff. Oh, he is calling it loud. His powerhouse attorney, Howard King, just went on the record and dropped a nuke. King stated that if Kim and Kris continued to deny they worked with Vivid Entertainment boss Steve Hirsch to release the tape, yet they are fully prepared to drag Hirsch himself onto the witness stand to testify. You heard me. The former CEO of Vivid Entertainment. The man who cut the check. The man who saw the emails, the contracts, the literal receipts. King insists that Hirsch can and will confirm the exact disturbing role that Kim and Kris played in orchestrating the tape's rollout back in 2007. And Howard King fired off a warning shot specifically aimed at Kim Kardashian. He reminded the court and the world that Kim has been studying to become a lawyer. If she is caught making sworn legal statements that aren't true, that could subject her to a criminal perjury prosecution. That means prison time, fam. This is a full-blown war, and Ray J is playing for keeps. But wait, to really understand this, you have to go back to the beginning, and you have to understand who Ray J really is, and how this web of deceit was spun over 2 decades ago. Let's rewind the clock to the early 2000s. Ray J wasn't just some random guy. He was R&B royalty. The little brother to Brandy, who was one of the biggest pop stars on the planet. He was a television star, starring in Moshe, and had hits on the radio. He was deeply embedded in the music industry's elite circle. And then there was Kim. At the time, Kim Kardashian wasn't a household name. She was known primarily as Paris Hilton's closet organizer and stylist. She was the quiet, pretty friend lingering in the background of paparazzi shots. Kris Jenner was managing her family, trying to figure out how to replicate the massive reality TV success of shows like The Simple Life. They had ambition, but they didn't have a catalyst. And enter Cabo San Lucas. Ray J and Kim are dating, and they decide to film a private, intimate video. Fast forward to 2007. The tape mysteriously leaks. Vivid Entertainment, the biggest adult film company in the world run by Steve Hirsch, announces they have acquired the rights to Kim Kardashian Superstar and are releasing it. The public narrative, the story that Kris and Kim have pushed for 16 years, is that Kim was a victim. That Ray J was a bitter ex who leaked the tape for a quick payday and clout, while Kim was crying in the corner, mortified. Kris played the protective mother, claiming her heart was broken. It was this exact narrative of overcoming a scandal that supposedly landed them their deal with E! Network for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was the ultimate spin. And they took a scandal and turned it into a billion-dollar empire. But the streets have always whispered a different story. For years, the hip-hop community and industry insiders knew something wasn't adding up. How does a tape just leak to Vivid? As Howard King pointed out, there is no legal way Vivid could have ever released that tape without both Ray J and Kim signing off on it. You can't just sell copyrighted private material featuring two recognizable figures without airtight contracts. Ray J took the heat. He became the punchline. He was labeled the villain, but behind closed doors, he claims a dark truth was festering. Over the last few years, Ray J started snapping. Remember his epic Instagram live rants? He started pulling out old contracts, reading the fine print to his millions of followers. And he alleged that there wasn't just one tape, but three. He claimed that Kris Jenner actually watched the tapes to select the one where Kim looked the best. Let that sink in for a second. That is chilling. That is a disturbing level of calculation. Ray J has been screaming from the mountaintops that Kris Jenner was the mastermind, the architect of the entire leak. And every time he spoke up, the Kardashian PR machine would try to crush him. They called him crazy. They called him desperate. But Ray J kept saying, "I have the receipts." And now, we arrive at this lawsuit. Kim and Kris suing Ray J for defamation was the worst mistake they could have made. Because in civil court, you have the power of discovery. You have the power of the subpoena. By suing him, they gave his lawyers the legal right to rip the vault wide open. And now, meant they are cornered. Ray J isn't just threatening to show a contract. He is bringing the man who ran Vivid Entertainment to testify under oath. If Steve Hirsch takes the stand and says, yes, Kris Jenner negotiated the deal, the Kardashian narrative collapses entirely. When TMZ dropped this article, the internet went nuclear. I'm talking a Category 5 hurricane on all timelines. The internet detectives immediately went to work, and the receipts they are digging up are insane. Over on X, users are having an absolute field day. One viral tweet with over 150,000 likes from user at TruthSeeker99 says, Ray J really hit them with the Uno reverse card. Subpoenaing the Vivid CEO is the ultimate boss move. Kris Jenner's PR team is probably in a bunker right now crying. Another user wrote, Kim wants to be a lawyer so bad. Well, she's about to get a masterclass in perjury. If Hirsch testifies, it's over for them. Let's hop over to Reddit because the deep dive threads are where it gets truly disturbing. On the main Kardashian snark subreddits, fans were connecting the dots. They brought up old episodes of the show, old interviews from 2007. One user pointed out, remember when Hirsch did an interview years ago and gave a weirdly evasive answer about Kris? He always danced around her involvement. Now he might be forced to tell the truth under penalty of perjury. The dark truth is finally coming out. Even hip-hop commentators are weighing in on Instagram Live. People who have known Ray J for decades are validating his claims. The consensus is clear. Ray J was the sacrificial lamb for the Kardashian empire. The ops tried to silence him with a defamation suit, but they miscalculated. They didn't realize that Ray J had been holding on to the ultimate trump card. The most chilling part of the public reaction is how quickly public sympathy has shifted. For years, people believed Kim's tears on camera. But the public is tired. They are waking up to the calculated PR moves. The fact that Kim filed a sworn declaration denying it is the craziest part to the internet detectives. They are literally daring Ray J to prove it, and Ray J just pointed at the Vivid CEO and said, "Bet." So where do we stand right now? As of March 14th, 2026, the ball is entirely in the Kardashians' court. Will they withdraw their lawsuit to avoid discovery? Will they try to settle with Ray J for a massive undisclosed sum just to keep Steve Hirsch off the witness stand? Or will they call Ray J's bluff, roll the dice, and risk Kim facing potential perjury charges? The story is far from over, and you know we are going to be tracking every single court filing, every leaked document, and every cryptic tweet. The foundation of reality TV's biggest family is shaking, and Ray J is holding the sledgehammer. But I want to know what you think. Is Ray J telling the truth? Was Kris Jenner the mastermind behind the tape that started it all? Or is this just another desperate attempt to stay relevant? Drop your thoughts, your theories, and your sides down in the comments below. Let me know if you are Team Ray J or Team Kardashian in this full-blown legal war. If you want the dark truth, you know where to find it. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. Click the video on the screen right now for our deep dive into the Diddy lawsuits, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay juicy, stay safe, and trust no one. Peace.